up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Dania Marie, and today we're going to be doing this berry look today. So I got the Morphe 35XO palette that I had been dying for. All the shades in here are so beautiful. I'll show you in just a second when the tutorial starts, but it's like all the shades that I need to live. I'm joking, but I really love all these shades. They're everything that I use on myself, on clients. It's just like really my style. So I got my hands on this palette, so I really wanted to try something a little bit more berry inspired for this tutorial. So if you want to see how I got this look right here, please keep watching. Okay, so as usual, my skin and foundation is done. This is another video focused on the eye look. Most of my videos are like that, so let's go ahead and get started into the eye. So for today's eye look, we're going to be using the Morphe 35XO Natural Flirt palette, I believe is what it's called. It looks like this. I just picked it up because I believe it was their holiday collection. So I will open it up and show you guys. These are all the shades. I don't know if you can kind of see in the camera, but they have some really pretty like natural shades, I want to say, like pinkish natural shades, which I really love. So I felt like this palette was perfect for me. I also use these shades on clients a lot when I do makeup on people. I've been in love with the Carly Bible palette, with the one that she did with BH Cosmetics, for like a long time. This one comes close to it because there's a lot of like the same shadows, like same tones in this palette. So that's why I really felt like I had to get my hands on it, because it just really spoke to me. The shades are like everything that I love. So we're just gonna stick to this palette today, nothing else other than this palette. So we're gonna start with the light transition shade. So I'm going in with the shade Talk Feelings right here. So I almost forgot, but before starting the shadow, I'm gonna prep my eyelid. I don't know how I forgot that, but let's do that first. So I'm gonna take, this is the MAC Cosmetics Paint Pot and Painterly. This is like an oldie but goodie. I've used this for so many years, so I felt like for this look it would be perfect. So mine's kind of like a little bit dry, so I'm just gonna spray some. This is like a primer mist from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Illuminating Primer Mist. I just kind of do a little spray in there. I'm grabbing like a flatter brush, kind of blending that in there, and then going in to the lid. I like to take it up into the brow bone because I feel like it really brightens up that area as well. I always like to set whatever primer I put on my eye. So I'm going in with the Physicians Formula Argan Wear Translucent Powder, taking that same brush and just tapping that over it. Okay, so now our eye is prepped and set and ready to go. We're going in with that shade Talk Feelings like I showed you earlier. And this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH35 brush. And this is going to be basically like our transition shade. So I'm just going above the crease here. So it's just going to be like our light little transition for when we add the darker shades. I'm also going to take it into the outer V here on the lid. So as you can see, nothing like super harsh. I just want it to be really nice and soft. Okay, so that is our nice little soft transition shade. Now we're going to move on to something a little bit darker. This is the Morphe M514 brush. This is like my favorite blending brush of all time, so I always use this one. And then we're going to go into the shade +1 right here. It's more of that berry shade. And this one is going directly into the crease and then blending upwards. This is where we really start incorporating the berry color to the eye. Also add that into the outer V of the lid here. It starts creating that little transition for the shimmer shade on the lid. Okay, now moving on to an even darker shade. So I'm taking a pencil brush for this. So now we're gonna dip into the shade Show Some Skin right here. I like that these have names on them because sometimes these big artistry palettes just have like shades but not names. So like when you're doing a tutorial, you just have to like point at it and hope that you are able to figure out which one it is, but these have names, so that's really cool. So I'm taking a pencil brush with that shade and applying this into the outer V of the eye, and I am taking that slightly upwards right there, and I'm going to start taking this shade down to the lower lash line. And then I'm going back in with that blending brush and brushing through everything, just blending through to make sure there's no harsh lines here. So now I'm taking that same pencil brush and going in with an even darker shade, and that would be this shade right here called Charmer. It's more of like a chocolate brown shade, and I'm adding this very lightly to the outer V, like right on the edge of that V. I'm also taking this down into the outer corner of the lower lash line here. So now I'm taking a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush, and I'm going to take some lighter shades. Well, I believe it's just the one that we used, the first shade that we used as a transition. So it's going to be this shade called Talk Feelings. So this is going to be blended right where that first shade ends. So I'm creating like a soft transition for when we add the shimmer on the rest of the lid, because you don't want it to just be like shadow and then shimmer and there'd be like a super harsh line. So you want to make sure it's pretty soft at the transition. Okay, and now is the fun part. We're going to do the shimmers. So I'm taking a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH41 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Hard to Get right here. So obviously the shimmer is going to go on the rest of the lid space that we have here. This is that added pop of shimmer to the eye. So then to top off this shimmer, I'm going to go with an even more sparkly shade on the eye because I love sparkle. So I'm going to go in with this shade called Your Move, and I'm going to start by using my finger. So I'm going in with my ring finger here. So going in with my finger, kind of just patting that on. Do you guys see that? That is so pretty. Just gives it that added sparkle. So now I'm taking a detail brush and grabbing a little bit more of that sparkly shade Your Move, and I'm just going to go over where we applied it with our finger, and I'm applying a lot more towards the inner corner of the eye because that's really where I want to brighten up the eye. Okay, so now we're just doing a few more details on the lower lash line, and then we'll move on to doing the lashes and all that. So I'm taking that same Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush and that lighter shade that we first used, Talk Feelings, and I'm going to be applying this into the inner corner of my lower lash line here. I love to lighten up this area. Like I said, it kind of opens up my eyes a little bit more, so I like to do that because my eyes seem to need help with that. So I use every trick that I can. And then just taking that pencil brush again and mixing the darker shade Show Some Skin and that chocolatey brown Charmer, and just going to go over the outer corner of the lower lash line one more time. So that's pretty much it for the lower lash line. And now we're going to prep our lashes. I'm using the Morphe lashes today. These are in the style Malibu. They're really wispy and pretty and perfect to kind of open up my eye a bit. And before I apply that lash, it's currently getting tacky here with some glue. I'm going to apply some L'Oreal Telescopic mascara to my own lashes. Okay, I'm going to apply this lash really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, Okay, so that is with the other lash on, and now I'm just going to add some mascara to my lower lashes. This is the MAC Extended Play Lash Mascara. And I'm just going to add some to my lower lash line here. This actually makes like all the difference. I used to be like totally against lower lash line mascara, but I now notice like the big difference that it makes when I don't add it. It just adds so much to the lower lash line. Okay, and last little detail for the eye, I'm going in with some highlight in the inner corner. This is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is the Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. Taking a detail brush, and I'm popping this into the inner corner. See, that makes such a difference in the eye. And I always like to just drag it in a tiny bit into the inner corner there, and it really brightens up and opens the eye. Also going to add some to my brow bone, and that is pretty much it for the eye. So when I applied the lashes, I actually added a little bit of gel eyeliner. This is the Sigma Stunningly Ladylike gel eyeliner, and I just added a little bit of that off camera to hide the lash band on the lashes, and that's pretty much the only reason why I did it. Other than that, I didn't want to do like a full eyeliner like cat eye or anything for this, so just to cover the lash line, and that was about it. Okay, so now the eye is completely done, and we're gonna move on to lips. I feel like I want to keep the berry theme for the lip, so I'm going to try this one, and if not, I'm going with a more lighter pink, which would probably be the Kylie Cosmetics Clo Money liquid lipstick that I love so much. But I'm going to try this one first and see if I like that, and we'll go from there. I'm just going to line my lips just a tiny bit first. This is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the shade Trophy Wife. This is super old. I don't even know if they still have this, but it's been a while since I used it. I actually forgot how good this formula is because it's been such a long time since I used it. Okay, so this is the final look with the lip. So I did think that the lip was a tiny bit too purple, so I added just a small amount of the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Clo Money. This one right here, I added just a tiny bit more because it's like a lighter pink. So I added some in the center of my lips and kind of just blended it out with a brush, just to get like a lighter shade of like the berry color. So that's the shade that you see on here. So it's a mix of that Huda Beauty Trophy Wife and then the Kylie Cosmetics Clo Money liquid lipstick to get this lip right here. I hope you guys really like this tutorial and this berry look that I created today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I post a video, you are the first one to know. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, you totally should. I am at Dania Marie MUA. You can catch more of my makeup looks on there, some tutorials on my stories and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!